I had no offers going out of high school, and it was coming down to I think we're in the playoffs of my senior year of high school, and I was talking to my dad. I was like, "Yeah, I think I still want to keep playing baseball." And so we were kind of like, "All right, well, I don't know what the next step is." Um, it's kind of a cool faith story of just I started praying about it and praying about it, and then I woke up one day, I had a text from Coach Rupenthal from Tyler Junior College. Was like, "Hey, we'd love for you to come throw in front of us and see what you got." And so I worked it out with my high school coach, like, "Hey, can this be my bullpen going in um for the playoffs?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't like for that to happen, but sure." And so I go in there and throw my bullpen, and I was always like 88, here and there. And I kid you not, my first pitch was 89, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like he's showing me, and the next pitch was 91, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, where did this happen?" So I sit down with Coach Wren, and he's like, "All right, well we don't have anything to offer you, but like you can walk on." And I was like, "Yes, sir, I'll do it right then and there." And like my dad, we talked out about it after. He's like, "I didn't know you were gonna do that. Like we didn't even talk about anything." So got to go to my hometown junior college and play for 2 years for the Apaches.
You showed up as a walk-on, all of a sudden your fastball's a little faster than you expected, and you kinda just did 'cause you played great 2 years in junior college.
Uh, I definitely the Lord showed me so much through that time, and it he he's taught me so much more than just about baseball. I think that's part of it was baseball is just an outlet to speak about him. Like I get to do on this, talk about this on a platform that I never thought I would ever have. Whenever I was a senior in high school, it was just a dream, something I thought about doing, and now it's like if you'd have told me I was sitting here playing at Baylor, I would be like, no way, like that has to be the coolest thing ever. So it's always fun and see what the Lord has done through that and done through baseball, and just realize that my life is so much bigger than baseball.
Are you one of these guys that, like, is bummed that you don't get more time, at Baylor, despite the fact that given your stats last year, the MLB is something that could be on the horizon, but still, are you are you someone that is maybe bummed you didn't get more time in Waco?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I would have loved to been here the whole time, experience the football games. I mean, it's cool hearing Caleb Bergman and Ethan Calder talk because they've been here their whole time that they're going their senior years. So it's fun hearing like all the stories of the past people and their um and like past memories. But I mean, also once again, like I had 2 years making countless memories the same way with different people at a different school. But it would have been cool to been here for 4 years for sure.
And but wouldn't have had it any other way because
No.
the path that you've gotten gets you ultimate gratitude for where you're at. And
Yep.
what's exciting is kind of coming off last season, you really do get to come in and play well right away. This isn't like not that there weren't challenges, but it's got to be pretty exciting after kind of the whole long road up to the point. Man, when you did get the ball in your hand, you got to go play power four baseball. You were definitely prepared.
Yeah, it was I'll never forget the first outing against Youngstown State. I mean, it was freezing cold, and I came in with I think it was the 8th inning, and we had 1 out, and Sned always talks about, like, there's no such thing as mop-up innings, be extremely grateful for every outing that you get, and that's truly, like, how I went I attacked that mindset, and I'm so grateful that I did because I remember, like, doing a spinning lap and, like, there's nobody in the stands because it's 30 degrees and it we're, uh, we're about to win the game and it's the 8th inning and it's like but still it meant so much. It was one of my favorite memories I've had in my life, just taking it in, seeing my parents up there, and then just going and attacking the zone and filling up the strike zone.
And you mainly served a relief role last season. Is that something that you plan to continue this year? Because you did start back in JUCO. So are you planning to kind of try to re-enter as a starter this year, or is it going to be relief the rest of the way?
I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I mean, whatever the team or I keep telling whatever the team needs, whatever we need to do. I think I mean it's yeah, I would probably assume in the bullpen, But, there's been some talks, and I'm truly just like, "Hey, whatever you need me to do. If you need me to go throw 5 innings to start off the game, sure, I'll do it. If you need me to come in and get 1 out, I'd do it. If you need me to sit on the bench and be the best teammate I possibly can be, I'll do it." Like, whatever leads to Omaha, whatever helps us win, I'm doing.
You're gonna be pitching this year based on what happened last year. But I think that, so in the fun fall ball, was there moments you were getting stretched out already? Or sure, you're a month to go into the season. So, I mean, have you been stretching yourself out a little bit?
Yeah, I've been throwing longer bullpen. I mean, yeah, I've been stretching out a little longer, hoping to go longer in games. But if I do get relief appearance, like, uh, I mean, yeah, you see how we started using Gabe Craig at the end of the season, where he would go 7, 8, 9. Like, do that. Let me do that too. Like, I wanna do all those things. I want to go as long as I possibly can to help the team.
Talk about Gabe in particular. What was the number one thing you feel like you learned from him as you try to follow in his shoes
Well,
this year?
so he's a Tyler Junior College alumni as well. So like we go way back to my freshman year, and I I have to tell this story just because Coach Wren set us up to go play catch over break. I was like, yeah, sure. And like I had just come out of high school, played the field, whatever. I had full confidence in my ability to play catch with anybody. And so I'm playing catch with them. There's some zip on the fastball. I'm like, wow. Anyways, he signals slider. And I know you've heard about his slider, and I kid you not, Grant, he throws this thing, and I'm sitting there ready to catch it. And I'm here it comes, and I like move my glove and just completely whiff. And I'm like, what in the world was that? Like, it literally just looks like it teleported. And yeah, but me and him we're great friends. We play golf all the time. Whenever I see him, we probably golfed at least 5 times over the break. Um, he has taught me so much about having confidence, what being a competitor's like, and just showing that, like, you never know where your path's gonna lead. I mean, it took him 6 years, and then he gets drafted in the 5th round, and it's like, yeah, like, he got his confidence, he got his swagger, he showed what he can do because he's a dog for sure.
And those are rounds of the draft where guys make the majors all the time. So you get picked
Yeah.
in that spot. That dream is right in front of you, which is exciting. And I think that having gotten to watch him a little bit last year and then getting to see that slider in person, I can say that I'm biased, but so are you. But I think it was a steal in the 5th round. I think that they're gonna be
Yeah.
pretty happy that they got him. The bigger question though is, did you learn to catch the slider by the time you guys finished at Baylor together?
So all Christmas break last year, we played catch, and I would tell him, I would say, "Hey, you," like, I would ask him beforehand, like, "Hey, are you throwing the slider today?" And he'd be like, "Yes or no." And I'd be like, "Well, how hard are we throwing? Like, are we throwing max effort? Because if not, I'm about to get a 9 score over there so you can throw into it because I don't wanna catch it." But, he eventually talked me into it, and I got it down now. I got it. You gotta beat it to the spot. You gotta just trust that it's gonna break. Right.
It's probably why pitchers love having like the same catcher
Yep.
over and over and over again because they probably know how to place and spot their stuff.
I mean, let me tell you, JJ Kennett and Braden Buchanan, I'm so grateful that they do all that catching because I would not want to do that at all. uh, yeah, it's really cool, and I like seeing how hard they work to see how good they are at their craft because they're really back there and they make us look better. And it's tough. It's really not. It's probably the least favorite part of my day is catching the balls back that I threw to somebody during catch play.
Well, speaking of your catchers, you have another podcast guest that's got some overlap with Braden Buchanan.
Yeah.
Has anybody in the locker room given Braden Buchanan a hard time about the fact that he was playing quarterback ahead of Drew Mestamaker, who's now, going to be playing Baylor next year?
Oh, I mean, let me tell you, I would put Braden Buchanan up there with anybody in the country reading an offense. I mean, I love watching a Baylor football game with that guy because he's spitting out terminology like, "We need to beat the cover two. There's a little pocket right there. Oh, the cover three. We need to." I'm like, dude, do you know what you're talking about? Vandergrift did it right.
What have been your favorite faith-based experience at Baylor? 'Cause I've heard from just your team in particular has just got some amazing bond around
Yeah.
believing in something more important than just baseball.
My favorite parts are the baptisms that we do every fall. So last fall, Cole Stasio came to our chaplains and was like, "Hey, why don't we baptize people?" And anyways, we had 7 guys get baptized last year, and we had 2 guys get baptized this year, and I think that is by far my favorite memory I've had ever on a baseball field. It was truly so special to watch both those happen.
And it's over home plate.
So it's so cool because I'll always every time I've been on the mound ever since I look back and I'll see that spot and be like, "You know what? Whether I go out here and throw a perfect game or whether I don't get one out and don't get out of the inning at all, like, I know that, yes, while I wanna compete, while I wanna win, while I wanna do well, my this is not an eternal thing at all right here. This is my life is so much bigger than this."
And I think that that lesson allows you to play more free
Yeah.
and allows you to go out and play the sport that really at the heart of it is super fun.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
it's a thing
like
that's crazy.
it's my favorite. It's so fun, truly, from an aspect of like you just get so like there's a lot of downtime in baseball. Like there is a lot, especially as a pitcher, and like just how many conversations you can have. Like 10 minutes ago, we can be having the deepest conversation about your faith and how you got to your faith, and the next time we can be playing. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Where you try to like you have to give one word and people are trying to guess like what famous character you're saying or something like that. Or I mean, we're just going back and forth like it's just all over the place because we have so much time just to talk and get to know each other and get close.
Baseball is that kind of sport. Like baseball is a big dugout, bullpen, celebration type sport too, because a lot of games you're in the bullpen too. You're making lifelong memories just sitting out there with your friends because you
Yep.
don't know when you're going to go in the game. Like
Right.
you got no clue when you're going to be utilized and your number is going to be called, and you got to pass the time until then. So you might as well do it in the most fun way possible.
Right. And then there's nothing better than yeah, last year I think we're playing Gonzaga. We're all huddled around these little two heaters. Just it's like a little campfire that we had, but without the campfire because we had a heater. But yeah, just sitting around talking.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do. And those I'm sure those some of those memories out there, like that memory you're talking about, those are going to be the things that you remember even more than the things like catching Gabe. Those are going to be the things you're going to
Yeah.
remember even more than some of these like lights out appearances yet.
Right. And Coach Johnson talks about it all the time. And every year they'll have like the teams come back from like the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, and they all talk about like, man, we don't remember the times we played good. We don't remember the times we played bad. We remember the memories that we made with each other, and we're so grateful for these friendships that we have.
And this year, you get to also be a big part of the Waco community more broadly as well. You had some pretty big people in the Waco community sponsor your field. In the past week or so. What was that event like as a player to have really like Waco royalty come in and say we want to make this Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark?
Yeah, so we're so grateful for Chip and Joanna and their generosity that they've given to us, and uh, I was trying to keep my cool a little bit because I'll never forget in like 2012, 2015 that HGTV was always on in my mom's house, and it was like Chip and Joanna games were always on the TV, so I made sure to shake his hand, shake her hand, tell him thank you. But I mean, it's great for our program. It's huge for our program, and it's only going to help propel us forward and keep us on this trajectory up that we're going on. Um, yeah, we're nothing but grateful for it.
You look back at your whole journey. What do you think the hardest moment was of this whole experience so far?
Oh man, there have been so many hardships through it all. I mean, starting off going to your hometown junior college. I think that like it was something I did not want to do one bit, but shortly after I got there, saw of like, oh yeah, this is where I need to be. This is exactly like it's growing me, because if I would've showed up to Baylor my first like, freshman year, oh my gosh, I would've gotten so sped up. I would've been no way, it's no way. Um, Coming into Baylor was so tough of, like, I don't know what my role is gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna have a role. I don't know if I'm even gonna like, I don't know if I'm gonna be on the team. I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, cuts have to be made at break, and so there was just so much doubt that crept into my mind, and, just constantly fighting it off, and constantly, um, bringing in, like, remembering past success, remembering to stay true to the process, and have that confidence in yourself.
And then if you talk to a kid now who's in your shoes that wasn't getting any offers, that wants to know how they can get seen to make it kind of to where you made it, what advice would you give them? Because there are people asking that question all the time. It's a platform where you can talk to a lot of them at once.
Yeah, I would say, if you truly want it, and I would say you truly have to love it to go through it. It's such a grind, and keep putting in the work, and and just I like to pride myself on my competitiveness, and I would say to anyone, you may I 100% do not have the best stuff out of anybody on our team or anybody in our conference or whatever it may be. But one thing that I can tell you is that I am a true competitor at heart, and I don't know if you can teach that, but I would try to unlock that, whatever it is. I mean, I'm playing Caden Baker and ping pong today in the locker room, and I mean, oh my, like, I'm getting so frustrated because I like to pride myself on my ping pong skills, and he is just waxing me. He's working me left and right. He's making me run all over the table, and I'm just like, God, I'm so mad. Like, the stupid ping pong game, but like, I'm just a competitor. I just want to win at everything. Um, and so I would say your competitiveness and how bad you want it outweighs even your skill a lot of the times.
If you pick one experience where you feel like something was greater on the field with you, what would it be? 'Cause I feel like you probably had a few. You had the great experience in the bullpen, but any in your playing career so far really felt something greater with you?
So like talking about like an experience on the field that I like truly remember, like of like a performance.
Yeah, like or like I would say like let's say you're pretty deep in your faith where you felt like God or a higher power was with you on the field. I feel like people I love asking that question, especially in baseball and softball. Moments seem to come across when you're out there where you just feel like you saw a sign or just something happened where something greater was with you that day.
Oh, I mean, I I like to feel like, I mean, I think before every outing you have so much. For me at least, I always get so worked up, and like, so I have to be in like a specific zone. And so I mean, I'm trying to stay in a constant state of prayer out there, because truly there is a competitor in me. And it's like, I feel like every time I go out there, I'm trying to walk in step with what the Lord has told me, in the guidelines that He's told me. I feel like I need to walk in. Um, and so I still feel like the first outing I ever had at Baylor was truly like, like, I'm just sitting out there like, "Thank you so much, Lord." Like, I can't believe I get to do this, and I don't care if it's in front of just my family, or if it's in front of 15,000 people in Omaha, or however many people hold in that stadium. It's just like, "Thank you." Like, I'm so grateful for this, and, like, I pray that I never am not grateful for it.